Yeah, we've had two great games with them. I mean, either game, I thought we were actually in better position in Syracuse. They made an incredible threes in Syracuse in the end of the game. And then tonight, when we got control, finally they made two or three incredible threes again. His was unbelievable, half court. It was better than Buddy's was against Virginia. But and then Gibbs pulls up, and we were smart. We made one mistake and it almost cost us. But we made 8 free throws in a row, and Quincy struggled shooting it. He makes his two, and we know Joe's going to make his. But they made some plays at the end of that game. The first half we could not stop them, and they couldn't stop us. In the second half we got off to a great start, and we got a few stops. But then our offense went bad. We were too stationary. We didn't score. We didn't keep scoring, and they finally did score. But we had some mismatches that were able to take their best offensive players. A couple of them struggle on defense, so we wanted to take advantage of that. But it was just a great game. I would like to say that I don't get involved too much in stuff, but if John Mooney is not one of the top 25 players in the country, then I don't know anything about college basketball. Literally nothing. It's absolutely a joke that he's not one of the top 25. And I was just going to say that, but I'll mention Elijah Hughes is pretty good too. I think there's been 2 players in the last 20 or 30 years that have averaged 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists a game, and I think they're both in the NBA and were first pick of the draft. Fultz and the other guy's an All-Pro. So what he's doing has been remarkable for us, and what Mooney's done is absolutely remarkable. He's a great player, and it's amazing that he's not recognized. Questions?
Why is your team rebounding the ball better the last few games?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. So it's definitely better. It's definitely better.
Jim, Joe was coming off a rough outing at Virginia Tech. What was the difference in him tonight?
Well, he made 3 shots. He only took 6 down there, didn't he? That's not too rough. He's a freshman. People want things out of Joe Girard. It's unimaginable that they don't understand what he's doing. We haven't had too many point guards, freshmen, do what he's done. And yet I still see these comments about, well, he didn't do. We're not getting a lot of assists right now because our best offense in some certain cases, when we're playing a team that has matchup problems with us, is to isolate. Buddy had Leshevsky on him twice, and he went by him, scored twice, and Elijah had a mismatch a couple times. In the first half, Mooney had him, and they were matching up and then coming back man, and he had Mooney out of their matchup. So we're isolating a lot, so you're not going to get a lot of assists. We just won 3 or 4 games, and I'm reading about, well, they're not getting any assists. The point is to win the game. The point isn't to get assists. The point is to win the game. In some games, you have to win with isolation stuff, and you're not going to get assists. But we won the game, and we scored tonight 84 points. So you can't look at certain statistics without having knowledge of what we're trying to do on that end. And isolation works good for us. Elijah Hughes is a tough guy to guard. He's one of the toughest guys to guard, I think, in the country, because he shoots the 3 and he can get in the lane. Buddy's getting better at that. Joe's pretty good at that. And Marek, who nobody talks much about, is a real hard guard. When he gets the ball down there, he can get to the basket, and he's hard to defend. We're scoring a lot of points, and I think we can play better. I think we can play better on offense. Buddy missed his 3s tonight. He hasn't been doing that, but he missed his 3s tonight. He had really good looks, but I told him, I said, that's going to happen. It doesn't matter how good you can shoot. You're going to miss some. Hub and Gibbs made 6 threes in Syracuse each, and tonight they struggled a little bit. They only had 2, and they threw in those last 2. But that happens. Shooters do struggle, and that's just part of the game.
Jim, is that one of the better games you've seen out of Boeheim, you think?
he was good tonight. He just found his places, found his spots. Marek is looking for him. People are not guarding him very much. They're leaving him, and he's got to find those spaces and, get rebounds. And, defensively, I think he can still do better. But, he's playing, in most games, he's playing an average of about 22, 3 minutes, and he's getting about 7 rebounds, which is pretty good. Yeah, but if he can get us some points like he did tonight, that was big. I mean, he was moving. Guys were finding him when he was open. He ran the court once, got a dunk. Quincy ran the court once, got a dunk. Those are good plays for us. When we can get it out, when we can get it and then get out, we can get stuff in transition. I don't know, fast break points. I don't figure that out too much, but 8, that doesn't seem possible. Let's see, we got 2 dunks. Elijah got a 3. We got a layup. We got at least that. I thought maybe more. We got 8, 9 points in the second half off fast break. So I don't know. Maybe we didn't get any points in the first half. I don't know.
Coach, you just mentioned Boeheim and Quincy were able to make plays tonight, both at the rim and getting some rebounds. How have they developed over the course of the season to get to this point?
Well, again, Boeheim has been pretty good. A lot of it's been foul trouble. He's been in foul trouble. That's why he's been out. Quincy's been in foul trouble. Well, a lot of their playing time has been foul situations. But Quincy was real good tonight, making those free throws. He's starting to shoot better. I thought Bryson was great tonight. I was going to get him back in. He's a good shooter. He knocks down that 3 to give us the 4-point lead at halftime. He got 2 offensive rebounds. He's been practicing better. I think he's getting used to the mask. It's been difficult for him. Howard sprained his ankle in practice yesterday, so he couldn't go. Bryson was really good when he was in there. I don't go too much by the plus-minus thing, but he had plus numbers when he was out there. That's pretty good.
3 out of the last 4 wins for you guys have been against teams that beat you in the Dome earlier this year. What do you think it says about your team that you've gone on the road and won those 3 games?
Well, those games were close. Both those games in Syracuse, the Virginia Tech Notre Dame games, could have gone either way. We didn't make a play at the end. This game could have gone either way. We made a play. So we played about the same in both games. I mean, we probably played just as good or better in Syracuse. And, neither one of us can stop. We can't stop them. They can't stop us. We can't stop Virginia Tech. We just haven't been able to. But I think our offense is getting better.
Do you think there was any extra motivation for the guys knowing that they want to come and kind of get some revenge?
That doesn't win any games for you. If you just wanted to win, that's why you won the game. It doesn't work that way. You want to go out, you got to go out and play. Everybody wants to win the game, and revenge never has anything to do with it. The best team, the team plays the best, is the team that wins. The one thing that was different in this game is that Hub and Gibbs didn't shoot the way they did. That was the one. Everybody else on their team, Pfluger was better. He hit 2 threes. In Syracuse, he didn't do anything. Durham, I thought, was good. He made a foul line jump shot. Mooney was just as good as ever. Leshevsky, who did nothing in Syracuse, came in and hit those threes. And Goodwin did very little, if anything, in Syracuse. He had a big game here. He was really good. He kept him in it, but the 2 guards didn't shoot the way they did in Syracuse. We tried to pay a little more attention to them. We've been changing our defense, and the change that we've used didn't work tonight, so we had to go back to our old way, and that worked a little better, but it wasn't great.
How much of a sure thing are Joe's free throws becoming?
Oh, they're pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty confident when he goes to the foul line.
Jim, what are your thoughts on the loss of Morgan Wooten and his impact on
He was a great man. He was a great man. I think Morgan, the first thing is he was a great man. He did everything the right way. If you didn't do what you're supposed to do, you didn't play. He was the most disciplined coach that I've ever seen in terms of having his players absolutely disciplined to do the right thing every day. You never saw one of their players yell at, go after something, never. I watched his teams play many times. He's the best coach I've ever, as good as any coach or better than any coach I've ever seen. Forget about high school, college, whatever. What Coach Wooden, the other Coach Wooden said today, he's as good a coach as I've ever seen at any level. They ran stuff, they did defenses, they changed defenses, they pressed, they trapped, played zone, played man. They did everything you could do. They ran stuff. It was unbelievable. His teams were incredible. And I was a young assistant coach. I'll tell this one story. I think it's funny. I went down to see him play, and I was an assistant coach, and they had a kid named Adrian Dantley, and so I was excited to go watch him play. We were recruiting their sixth man, I think, but I go to the game, and the first four guys come out out of the locker room to do warm-ups was 6'11", 6'10", 6'10", 6'9", and I'm going, holy, no wonder they're beating everybody. So they're warming up, and these guys are 10 feet above the rim. They go over this. And at that time, you didn't know anything. You didn't know like today. Today I would know every player on the team and his mother and everybody. So the game starts, those 4 big guys, they wouldn't sit down. They never got in the game. Adrian Dantley was the biggest guy on the team. They were up 32-2 against a really good team. And those 4 big guys were like Kenny Carr, All-American, All-Pro, Vern Allen, Mike Morton. They didn't play. They were young. They were not ready yet. It was just a funny thing. I don't know. I thought it was funny. but this team, the thing I'm proudest with this, Notre Dame comes back, takes the lead. Buddy misses a shot. He gets his own rebound, puts it in, then somebody else makes a play. And, we fight back in top, get back from, when you get caught on the road like that, it's hard. It's hard for veteran teams. And these guys just regrouped, and they made a couple defense plays. They made a couple plays on offense, and it's not that. I think Notre Dame's got a tremendous team. I know they have a bad record. They could have won every game that they lost. They're right there. They're right there, and I still think they're a good team, and we'll see what happens down the road. But I'm very proud of this team to fight back like that. It's been they've just had a lot of fight in them. And really happy for them. Good group.